better telling you my dreams. Nighttime tales with golden seams. My secret heart may tell a lie. Never ask me why.
Some things open to, you know what I'm getting. So that's actually what I was trying to get over with this lyrics. That it's really it's about a strongly driven love affair. But
I want your body close to mine,
leave it to this moment.
whispering words and spilling wine.
Overthink it or to over
May this
talk
moment
it.
never end.
That's the word. But yeah,
Not a
that's why I call
second
it
left
letter from the universe.
unspent.
Sometimes these, they're magic.
My secret heart tells you a lie.
Figure out why they are so magic. But the magic is done.
Got it. Okay. So hi, Ada. Very nice of you to join us this bright early morning. Well,
Very nice to be here.
oh,
Thank you.
that's really good. That's really good. So well, just as a normal format, if I could just get you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Okay, introducing myself. Well, I'm from Germany, but I'm going back and forth between England and Germany. And my real name is Alexandra Helmig. I had a career, or I'm still working as an actress and a author in Germany. But here I am now with some new music under my artist name, Ada Morghe. Yeah, that's it.
Nice. It's amazing. I think that's kind of where I want to start, really.
Okay.
So you've been doing movies for a few years, and then so how long have you been doing music?
Well, I've been doing music all my life,
Okay.
and yes, all my life. But and it was always something that was there, and that was kind of like the first passion that I had. But then like how life goes. I first started as an actress, and then yeah, I was always writing. But honestly, the first really songs that I've written is only 6 years ago, because I was playing the piano, and so I was always improvising. So I think most of the songs have been kind of there already, but they haven't been, they haven't brought. I didn't bring them to life or focus. But since 5 years, it's yeah, really focused on music, and that's what I love, and it brings everything together, which is great.
Absolutely does. Absolutely does. So from is your experience in music, are you drawing back from the movie experience, or are they completely different channels? You just feel like, oh, I'm into media, I love movies, but actually I love I love music more.
Well, the inspiration comes a lot from from everything, like from reading books. It can be a line in a book. It can be it can also be movies, and obviously I'm really using, or I all of that I've done. It's but the good thing is I feel like it's all coming together in music. I can use my skills as an actress on stage, because I've been on stage, and I've been always been very interested in rhythm. Also, when I was writing, it was I always need to read out the whatever I write loud to actually hear if it works, and that definitely helps me also for writing songs, to get structure and to know to really tell a story. So I see myself as a storyteller, finding its the idea finds its medium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that leads me to my next question. When you say
Oh,
you're a storyteller, because the way you construct your lyrics are really very poetic. You know, they have a nice sort of flow to it, you, as a listener, you're very glued and engaged, trying to hear, oh, you feel like you're actually getting a message from it, rather than, there are other songs where you listen to it, you get to the end, you're like, yeah, that was a happy song, and you move on. But with this, it gets you actually really deeply thinking. So
Oh,
is that
that's great.
what you're trying to go for? To make sure people actually really listen to the lyrics and take it all in, or you just like to make general music?
I think it's actually something. It's a little bit kind of like the magic that happens. Like I didn't, I was not writing a song and thinking like, oh, it should be like this and that. But what with the lyrics, I think mainly I have a message, but I love also, I love open endings. Like I love if people can actually make up their own story to that, so that it leaves also a bit open to fantasy. Um, and I think this is what makes, what makes lyrics for me interesting,
Hmm.
or stories, or also in movies. If it's it has double, it has something underneath
Yeah.
what you actually saying.
No,
So if that
absolutely.
works out, I'm really happy.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. So, and is this your new single, or it's something that that
You
you've
mean
been?
where I am right now?
Yes, that's right.
Well, um, I just came back from the recording studio just last week, and I recorded with the same musicians that I also did my previous albums with. So they're
Okay.
amazing, great people, and just really, really talented. And so this third album is it's not going to come out. I must be honest, it's not going to come out until next year. But it is, for me, it's kind of like it's where I always wanted to go, and it's a lot of magic in it because it's a concept album based on the four elements. But yes, and I will tell you more hopefully next year. But
Okay.
that's where I am now. There are two more singles coming out over the next month,
Hmm.
but we have recorded them uh, well before the pandemic started.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
but
was it just the Is the pandemic what is holding it all down, or
n-
you're going at the normal pace?
well, obviously, I don't want to say, oh, it was good, because obviously, no, it was not good. But it had some good sides to it, because it really, um, I'd say the fact that I'm now doing this album, the Elements album, is also really driven by that pandemic, because we did a song that was about the air, which we did before the pandemic started. And that one became like the first single of the second album. And it was a quite magic journey for me, because I had the lyrics and just some music themes. And then the
Hmm.
band came together, and we created the music in that moment.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think the Corona just made us all think really of, where are we? Is that really what we want to do? Do I need this, or do I, things like that. So that's the good side of it. Yeah.
Oh, that's
But I'm
good. That's
looking
good.
forward to going back and play live, and yeah, I'm
I
I'm
think
gonna
that would
have.
be that is the ultimate dream, really. So at the moment, you're in the UK, or you're in
I'm in
Germany?
I'm in London, actually. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
because well, a little birdie told me you were. So,
Yeah.
so are you touring in London, or you just here to have a feel?
Well, as I said, I did recordings, so I was in the studio actually the last 10 days, and I'll go back into the studio just after our interview. I'll be back in the
Okay.
studio, and but I'll be back for some shows as well. So I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be in February. I'll be in the Bedford and the Pheasantry. I'm gonna have a solo show at the Pheasantry.
Ah, oh, nice, nice, nice.
So
So is
maybe
this like more a small gathering, or what sort of artist are you? Are you more into the little gatherings of with people, more close contacts, or do you prefer in a open big concerts?
you know what, it really depends on the venue, and it really depends on, like, if you get one person that is really interesting, then it doesn't matter if it's like really huge, but I wouldn't also mind it to be really big. I'm just saying.
Okay.
But so it's really, but I can't tell, because I had lovely concerts, very intimate, and that can be, yeah, that can be great. But obviously, I'm starting, and so the aim is to get, of course,
To get
as many
as
people.
much reach as possible. Perfect.
Yeah, hope you're gonna come.
Oh,
Okay,
most definitely,
uh,
most definitely, I will be there.
perfect.
Um, then what actually is the inspiration behind your lyrics? As I said earlier, they're not just writing. You can feel that there's some emotion you're trying to convey there. And after listening to it, on as a listener, I feel like that actually has a message behind it. I feel it, and I feel it even from the way you sang it, the passion in your voice. What is the story behind your lyrics? Like, how do you come up with?
there is, of course, there's a personal story behind it, but that's what I'm saying. I love to be an open, but the end, like, kind of like, um, it's about secrets, and it's about, it's not always, we don't have to tell every secret, um, and just leave some things open to, what I'm getting. So that's actually what I was trying, to get over with this lyrics, that it's really, it's about a strongly driven love affair, but it also means, leave it to this moment, and don't try to overthink it, or to over, talk it, or I don't know if that's a word, but yeah, and that's why I called it letter from the universe. Sometimes these, there are magic moments that happen, and if we try to figure out why they are so magic, then the magic is gone.
Yes, that's right. Leave it. You've lost the moment because
Yes.
you're busy trying to figure out. Busy trying to unravel it.
Yeah.
When you should just leave it and just leave it. I
So
get it.
I'm really thankful that you love the lyrics so much, because in the end I thought, if I would, when I sang the song, I always felt like I'm speaking to the people, and I'm telling them, I'm in love with everyone who's listening, and I'm kind of like the voice from the universe. That's what I
Yes.
imagine myself. Yeah.
No, absolutely. You definitely, as far as from my end, you
Yeah.
definitely delivered that.
Cool. Great.
And so going to the next question, what sort of artists influence you, or what artists do you listen to think, oh yeah, these are my go-to artists for inspiration?
Oh, it switches all the time, and I listen to really a lot of different styles of music. I really love Liana Lehavas, and I listen to Michael Kiwanuka, Kamal Williams, Jamie Cullum, it's Jabba. It's really, it's very, yeah, or
Very
Sampa the
diverse.
Great. Sampa the Great
Mm.
is also amazing. So it's some really, Norwegian jazz singers, um, Silje Nergard, and those kind of people. So yeah, I get a lot inspiration from my daughters as well. So whatever they're
Okay.
listening to, and yeah, from everyone. It's
Oh, that's good. That's really nice. So let's just go back a bit more into that question. what made you actually start up music? What did you just you've been doing movies already? What made you think, oh, you know what, I do actually want to do music? What was, is it background, maybe um family, friends, or just where you found yourself? Just found yourself and you're like, oh, this is it, this is where I belong.
Well, first of all, it took me a long time to find myself, which is a really, you know, it's great when you get older, because more all of a sudden you be like, oh, now I can see the bigger picture. It makes sense, you know, every path that you've done, at some point you'd be like, that was all. So I have no family background in music, and but there was always a strong longing for that. But I was also, which is interesting, but the music was for me, um, I had a huge respect, and I think it is a real passion, and I want to come out with music that's really me. But I was I was searching for it, and I wasn't ready. So what, you know, I did all these other things, and I was getting in different roles as an actress and writing stories as an author, and I love, you know, I loved all that. But the playing the piano, improvising on the piano, has always been something that almost no one knew except of my really good friends. Like I've done it just kind of like you know, as what's the word, like, you know, when I was in a good mood, or maybe, you know, being really depressed or whatever, it was something that I crawled into and just played for me.
Mhm.
So to answer your question, it all happened when I was before my 40s. I thought, okay, shit, you know, you always wanted to do music. You know, you got to write these, you know, write songs. And it's funny enough, but because I never wrote a song, but I started, and I felt like, okay, the first song came out. I was like, that's it. I mean, that can't be good. It's impossible. But it turned out that it's like kind of songs are coming out. It's like they have been waiting in line for a long time, and it's now like, oh, finally, she got it now. Thank you. And well, and the great thing about it is that actually I wouldn't be here without everything that I've done before, because the movie actually got me to a different level. Because the movie that I starred in, and I wrote the script, the film composers came up to me and said, we know that you write songs as well, because they heard of that, because you know, I was doing that in Munich. And then so I've sent them over the songs, and they picked one song and said, that's great. And without knowing, they sent the rest of my songs to a producer, Buff, and I'm still working with him. And he said, you know, I really like these songs. What do you think of going to Abbey Road Studio and record your first record? And I said, what? So, so that's actually how it started, and that's how I got to know my musicians, and they are all from London, and they are really, I mean, you know, they've done, the keyboarders played with George Michael on tour, and he wrote with Amy Winehouse, and Livingston Brown, the bass player.
Wow.
He's, you know, they're all really incredible. So I was kind of like, oh my God. But when you know, people develop so much quicker. Like they kind of like, you know, supported me in every sense. So I'm just really, you know, thankful. Universe was good to me. Like finally, when they thought, oh, she found her way. Okay, now we push her. We push her. Yeah.
That's really good. So the
Yeah.
universe finally for, yep, no, it's your time to shine.
It's right. Yes. Yeah, it's that. And you know what is funny? I also thought of when I started as an actress, my agent, and I really remember that because I thought, what? I was 23 and I was like, what's next? You know, what can I do? And I was really like, and then she said to me, ah, come on, your time is coming when you're older. And I thought, fuck you. In that moment, because I'm like, what is like, if when I'm older, I'm right here now. But it's funny that in a way she was, you know, saying, yeah, kind
Yeah,
of like
you
she'd known.
just build up more skills first. Your time is coming.
Time is coming, but you don't want to hear that when you're in your 20s. Your time is coming. Well, when? Please.
Absolutely.
But
So
you know, I think it's all about just keep going, you know, and there's always, we always get this situation in life where what is next, and I just now trust a lot more my inner voice,
mm,
and
mm.
that's a really good thing. Yeah, it's a
Oh,
really good
that's
thing.
amazing. That's great. Thank you. Um, so this is always an interesting question.
Oh, okay.
Or dead or alive, if you had to collaborate with any artist at all, I know you've mentioned a few people that you listen to, mentioned some of the influences, but if you had to collaborate with any artist at all, who would it be?
I hate these kind of questions. I first must say, because I'm like having it, because I'd be like, nah, 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 nah. But you know what just came up? I don't know why. Sting. I don't know why
Okay.
it just came up. But, so yeah, really, I can't really explain, but they all of a sudden it was just because yeah. But maybe I would also say, if this is the end of the world, and you know, and I would have to choose the last thing that I want to do,
Yeah.
I would say I want my musicians. I want these guys to perform with,
I'm with you.
because that's just,
That's a great
yes,
answer. That's
yeah,
actually a very perfect answer.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
um, okay, let's move off music for a little bit. So what do you, I know you've well done movies, do music, so you're absolutely busy. And music is extremely time consuming.
Oh yes.
When you're not doing that, what do you do to relax, let yourself loose? Like what do you what's your second bit, the next best thing to go to?
Well, first of all, I really love art. I really like to go to, you know, to the museum. It always is, it's one of my, because I think museums nowadays, if it's not really really crowded, but they can be kind of like churches in a way, like sometimes, you know, these big halls. And
Mm,
so I really love that, reading books. What really, you know, really relaxes me is nature, and also from time to time just wandering around, thinking to myself, get lost, you know, take, you know what I'm saying, like
yeah.
really not having a plan. Like I also force myself sometimes to really like not, you know, switch this phone on, just sit there waiting for the bus, and if the bus is not coming, great, you know, wait, just
Mm,
sit there. And because I found out that the best ideas, I always get them when I have like a goal to go, but I can still see what is next to this
yeah.
path.
Mm,
And
mm,
sometimes the little roads that are more bumpy on the side just bring up the real beauty.
yeah, absolutely. All
And
right.
this is when you know, I might be pretty disorganized in that time, and you know, it's maybe have for other people, because I'm like just, yeah, just getting lost. But these are the moments I just need them for my, yeah, in between, because otherwise if it's all so structured, yeah, I'm missing the creativity.
The creativity of it. No, absolutely, that makes sense. But well, since you said it, um, and talking about living in the moment, you know, the being creative right now. Is there any chance we can get you to do a little performance? Maybe of something you've written previously?
You know,
Of,
you would have you should have said this before, because the thing is, I would have loved to do this, but I really must admit, I'm sitting right now. I asked the Soho House to do this, so I'm actually in. I mean, I'm not in a public space, but there are people, and I don't have anything here, so I'm really sorry. I would have, I've loved to.
as you know, it's a virtual meeting. That's the beauty of it, that we can just schedule one in at any time, so it's absolutely not a problem at all. So apart from that, let's so what is your favorite song at the moment?
You mean on my songs, or just right now what I'm listening to?
Yeah, right now, what you listening to? What's your favorite song?
Oh, you know what? You get me. You get me now, because the weird thing. Yeah, I just thought yesterday. It's great. Let me think. Can I get my playlist? Now, I haven't been listening, which is funny, within the last 4 months, because I've been doing these recordings and working on my third album. And funny enough, but kind of stopped listening to other music just in that time somehow.
Mm.
Like, and usually I'm like, oh, what's next? What's there? It's really, oh my God.
Because that's really interesting, because I've always thought about it, obviously from the listener's point of view, that you make this music, obviously you will listen to other people's music and things, but do you even get the time to do that? Because you've already made the music, you want to listen to it again, you want to listen to the ones that you've made previously to get inspiration on maybe how you're going to get better. But so I could get it where you say, I actually haven't listened to any of our music apart from mine for a while. So
Yeah,
I
it's
could,
crazy actually. Because I actually just talked about this with one of the musicians, because he asked me as well, what have you been listening to? And I realized, oh, you know what? Maybe it was just too much, because I was so much into that world. So yes, I've been listening most of the times just to what we have done 4 months ago,
mm,
because the last months I was writing new songs with that, because the recordings that we've done, we did music layers, pieces. Yeah,
mm.
it's a whole process that I could talk forever about it, but I haven't listened to much music. I've been listening to this the whole time.
Mm.
Actually, no, back, I'll leave it for a while and go back and listen to lots of different music.
See what
It's,
because yeah, I could definitely it's always been one of those that I'm like, I wonder when they get to listen to our music, or when they have time to do anything else. The music industry is just, it's immense as it
it,
is. So
it
yeah.
is it is it's also a lot, because if you're not only doing music, but also the whole setup with social media and music videos, and that's just yeah, I think you got to be careful that it's not eating you,
Yeah, no, that's it.
the music industry.
This is it.
It's you always feel like, oh, something new, it has to be something new. You're doing music yourself, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Well, I don't
yeah,
write
yeah,
anymore,
okay, yeah,
but
so
just on the back end of music, really. That's more what we do.
yeah,
But yeah, I get what you mean by, if you're not careful, it could just take away everything. That before you know, you're actually just in that. You find that everything you do just revolves around it. You're talking to your friends. You find out actually your conversation quickly comes back to
yeah.
music. you know you. So you know, absolutely. I
You know what?
absolutely.
I always come back. I listen a lot. I love the music from China Moses. I love her
Okay.
voice. And I've just lately been listening to John Baptiste. Um, um, and you know what? And also Leave the Door Open from Bruno Mars. I just remember. Yeah, I love that video. I love the video, and yeah, it's shocking. It's really cool.
Oh, that is amazing. So to your fans, what would you like to say to them?
I say thank you very much, and I hope one of my songs, if that can be a soundtrack of your best moment, or yeah, I'm thankful for listening to my music.
That's great. Thank
Is
you.
there more? Is there more sound? Yeah, yeah. And enjoy life. Yeah. And try to see, well, it's harder than, it's easy to say be in the moment. It's hard to actually, to actually do it. So it's an ongoing thing. It's the hardest thing. It's an easy saying, being in the moment, but so many times, and I know what I'm talking about, because I get distracted so many times. And also I've been driven, I sometimes have to tell myself, relax,
Mm,
relax, time, it'll come, or
yes.
it's not going to come, whatever, just relax.
Mm,
It's
yeah.
not all about moving
Mm,
forward. Yeah,
because a
so
lot of the time we propose so much. We want to do this, we want to be there, we want to do that. But
yeah,
actually, we don't know the outcome of what that is. So a lot of the time it's just best to
yeah,
let time take care of it. As I used to say, you do your best and leave the rest, really.
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah,
You know.
that's it. Yeah, yeah, do your best, leave the rest. Definitely, I would, I'd sign that. It's a nice song though.
Yeah, well,
It's a
nice.
nice, okay.
I
Yeah,
can't wait for the
nice song
baby.
lyrics. Okay.
That is that's amazing. And where I know we can find you so on SoundCloud, we can find you on Spotify. Where would you say your fans, if they want to listen to those gems, where do you think they should come and find you? Social media outlets
On
or
which on which on
or
which
gem?
platform? Well, it would be lovely. You could follow me on Instagram. But besides that, it would also be great if you want to buy a vinyl. That's
Oh,
because I
nice.
think the vinyl is just, yeah, it's. I'm really happy that more people are listening to vinyl, because the CD is, I mean, it's dead, and it's kind
Mm,
of sad, because it's nice to have something that you can give away.
yeah.
So yes, but honestly, listen to the music. I don't actually care on which platform. I don't want to point out one platform. So
Super. No, that's absolutely great with us. So thank you
I would
so
probably say listen to the radio. On
the
the
radio. Woo!
radio. Power AC. Yeah.
How
That's it.
that is amazing, because obviously they can come on Power Ace Radio, they can request your songs, it gets played within the next few tracks.
You know
Yeah,
what?
no,
I would be I would, if ever you got the chance to listen to the song "Oh My Love," I would, yeah, please listen
yeah,
to my song "Oh My Love" as well. I'd be
super. As soon as we finish this, that's my next task. Gonna go and listen to that now. Oh my love. Yeah, gotta definitely listen to that. Well, yeah, just wrapping up. Thank you so much for blessing us with your presence. It's really really great to have you, and yeah, hopefully we'll be able to catch up with you sometime while you're still in London. So you're in London now, but you're going back, and you're going to come back in February to come and talk, right?
Yeah, I'll come back in February, but definitely, but I'll also be back in November, because I still have stuff. Well, yeah, because mainly everybody I'm working with, on the music is in London. So,
Ah,
yeah, but my family is now in Munich, so that's why.
ah,
But
got you. So
yeah,
you'll be gracing us with your presence a lot more often.
well, thank you very, very much. It was a pleasure, yeah, for having me, for supporting the song. Thanks a lot.
You are very welcome. You are very welcome. And yeah, well, we hope you enjoy the rest of your day and your time in London. And yeah, most definitely, and hopefully we get to catch up really, really soon.
That would be great. I'd love to see you on one of my shows.
Oh,
Thank
most
you so
definitely.
much.
We'll be there. Thank you. Take care.
You too.
Have a good
Have a
one.
great day.
Bye. You
Bye.
too. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, this is Ada Morghe, and you're listening to my new single, Letter from the Universe, on Power Ace Radio.
Power Ace Radio. Coolness, it's how I kissed you on the first date. Coolness, it's how God paid on the first day on the job. Coolness, it's me at the backstage of every concert. So if you wanna be cool, I suggest you listen to Power S Radio.